Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, and you are watching or overhearing your favourite broadcast, your number one British driver, Freddie Rozelle, and today I am joined by Seb, and today we are at Spa-Francorchamps. I think that's how you say it. We've got sorry, just got something popping up. So yeah, we've got Spa, really technical track. So you come up with turn one, you've got La Source, and then you come up to turn three, turn four, turn five. You're going around Radion and Eau Rouge, coming up to the long straight, the Kennel Straight, coming into Les Combs, and you're coming through Brussels in turn 10, 11, and you're going down the. It is left-handed, yeah, left-handed fast corner, Pouon, coming through Campus, and I don't know how do you say the other word. Turns, but anyway, we're going to go jump into the standings, and Seb, why don't you hit that off?
Yeah, so in D4, Ferrari is really running away with our championship right now, being almost 100 points ahead of Aston Martin. Other things to watch out for is Mercedes is quite close, only having, doing math in my head, 15-point deficit to Aston Martin for P2, and in P4 and 5, Red Bull and Alpine are in equal standing, 112 points to both, so this race can be crucial for either side to make up some ground there.
Absolutely, another team to watch is Aston Martin. I mean, Aero ain't been here recently. He's up there in Brazil. He's had a struggle. He had a problem with his wheel last week, so he weren't there last week. But I know that he's a really fast driver. He can definitely compete with the top two drivers, Labib and Rigraff, who have really been dominating this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been impressive drive after impressive drive from Rigraff, and in Brazil, Labib was holding his own behind Rigraff, which, given all of his performances, is a really good showing from him.
Absolutely, as I'm actually on board with Labib. Just gone past Eau Rouge, coming up to the Kennel Straight. Got an AlphaTauri ahead of him. I think that is a Deo. It is in Deo. Now, something I've actually learned about the new game with Belgium is it's a hard game. It's a hard track to not lose the back end. You've got to have a right amount of suspension to actually have a good chance to not spin through sector 2.
Yeah, the struggle is that you need to run such low downforce for 1 and 3 that can make getting through Sector 2 a challenge, and can make the back end really loose. People are also going to have to be careful at the start of the race on high fuel trying to go through a Rouge and Radion, particularly if they're following another car, with the dirty air actually being simulated in this year's game.
Absolutely. As Connor's coming onto that right now. He's actually not invalidated, so he's done what Labib cannot do. Coming out the back of the. I need to get the track map up once again.
Yeah.
This is really annoying. Just went. He's coming up to Blanchimont. Turn 17.
Yeah, his goal here needs to be just scrub as little speed as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming through the bus stop chicane, keeping it in fourth gear, nice and tidy. This is going to be a 144.9. Not a bad banker, at least he's got a lap in. Florida following up with a 45.6.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and qualifying not might be the whole story here. Of course, if people are running higher downforce setups, they're gonna be qualifying better, but that pace might not be there in the race.
So absolutely is. Rigraff is now coming down the last straight of Blanchimont once again. Now we'll come into the bus stop chicanes. Keeping it nice. This is going to be quite. I think he actually may have had a bit of a mess that lap, because normally we would see him up in top, but we have a Aston Martin P1, P2. Followed by
Yeah,
Ben with a 45.5.
interesting to see how the times are going to ramp up here. I'm not sure how hard people are pushing with, as you said, it being a track that you can definitely lose it. And it's a quick track, so if you lose it, it's going to be an airplane crash.
Absolutely, as Al Padrone has gone off through P1. But that doesn't matter because we've got a reserve junior coming to the line right now. It's going to be quite close, and he gets provisional pole by 2 tenths.
That is a solid lap. Another team to watch out for today is McLaren, with them having a double DNF last week. A result today is super important for them.
Absolutely, as we have Christian Cummins. You might wonder where Cummins comes from. His brother Cole Cummins, racing in D3, ain't been there recently, but definitely a legend through the ZRL history.
Absolutely. Interesting to see on a lot of these outlaps, it's looking like drivers are being pretty conservative with track limits, which it's understandable to get that time in, but of course, you're going to be losing a lot of time with the long straights here doing that.
Yeah, it looks like Adeo. Actually, no, Adeo's going to go on his outlap. Gibbs is coming to finish his lap. So yeah, not too bad for the people that have put the laps. I mean, oh, there we are, Christian Cummins, 44.5. Really good lap from him. And Gibbs goes into the top 5 with 45.4.
That is a solid lap. I think we can get down to the low 144s today.
Absolutely. I'm hoping maybe 43s. Really surprised that there's not been any retirements yet.
Yeah, well, I think people are just wanting to get the laps in for these first laps so they can really push all out on their next runs.
Absolutely, as is that Junior's now coming to the pit. Drip is on a lap. No, he's not. He's on an in lap, actually. Maybe Siggy, another ZRL history, but that is Condover Fox with a 5-place grid penalty, and Siggy loses out through a Rouge. Madness.
That is a massive crash for him, but he's managed to keep the car intact. His front wing, not so much.
So apparently I'm watching Buffalo Trace's outlap, but I'm actually on with Labib. Oh, there we are. We are now with Buffalo. But anyway, I think Drip had it off through turn 13, or maybe Puon.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the yellow flags are coming out for drivers who are letting people by, so could be a bit of a misnomer because it looks like everyone's going on track.
We have a little bit of a traffic going on, ain't we, through the last part of Sector 2, and looks like everyone's going to be slowing down now. But if this happens, everyone's just going to ruin each other's lap.
Yeah, it looks like Al Padrone is doing a good job of creating a gap, but that Williams is right on Florida's tail.
As we see Aero going to back of Siggy, but I think Siggy won't really care as he's actually in an in-lap. But anyway, he's lucky he did not get a 5-place grid penalty like his teammate. Really shaky start
Yeah.
for Aston Martin. Bit of an on and off. Talking about Aston Martin, we are going to go on board with their mostly main competitors, Alpine, as one of them invalidates, and Labib gets 1 minute 44.2, and Junior gets a 5-place green penalty for illegal blocking. Maybe decent going on, but Florida coming down to the hairpin, turn 12. Not turn 12, turn 10, I think. In 5th gear, not too bad, not too bad. I'm coming down to Piron. I wonder if he stays in 7th. No, he goes in 8th. Really interesting.
Looks like you brought it back down to power out when the revs got low.
Yep, something I also have noticed that people are avoiding these curbs through Sector 2. Something I always try and get on, because going on those curbs will gain you a lot of time, but once again you need the right setup to do so.
Yeah, I mean, you always run the risk of bottoming out. Those curbs are pretty tall, so the important ones are the ones right before the long straights,
So
where you'll really gain a lot of time.
Yep, as Florida's coming to the line. Gains 8 tenths, jumps up to P5. Now Conda's going to be the next one to come into the line. And he only gained the 10th, and it's like only P6, and I think, is that Aaron G? It was Aaron G, only P14 for him. Next up will be Haas, who's on and out at that, so we won't be seeing that. Then we have a Red Bull, and I think Aero's had it off. He hasn't had it off. But we actually have a Max Verstappen jumping up to P10. Jumping up ahead of Rigrath. Rigrath we saw last week, and I think the week before, where he got pole on his last lap. So could we see that again?
I mean, absolutely. That's when the track is going to be at its grippiest, and that's what you're looking for, especially in these high-speed corners.
So it's 9 tenths up, Rigrath. Nearly invalidated, and he nearly got on that curve where it could make you lose a car. He's getting the toe off the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, this is looking like it could be a really solid lap.
And it puts him P7. So once again, not the best.
Well, if nothing else, I think Rick Raff will be keeping in his mind that overtakes are not going to be a struggle at this track.
Absolutely, as we have a pole position contender right now, Christine Cummins, on the lap right now. Going through the little chicane of campus, coming down to Stavelot. Not keeping it in full throttle through that corner, so.
The drivers need to be as smooth on the wheel as they can.
Yep, sorry about that. I just had to sort something out. What was Benazin off? Looks like maybe lost traction out of there, and that is a. Is that aero around? No, he's just burning fuel. like we may have. No, Rigrath is ended his. Yep, he's in the pit, so that is it for him. No pole position for him today. Once again, a bit of traffic going on through turn 11.
Yeah, it looks like the Mercedes of Siggy is off the track. It's doing his best to be out of the way, I suppose.
Absolutely. I want to see if Siggy can get out the bottom 5. Very interesting if we do see that.
Yeah, I mean, a result for him is really important with there only being one Mercedes driver tonight. Could let Aston really get the edge over them.
Absolutely is. Is that Labib ahead? Oh my god, Aero and Labib are right next to each other on an outlet.
Now,
Hot
here
lap, I mean.
Arrow is gonna get the slipstream, but come sector 2, Labib is just gonna be parked right in front of him and not much he can do about it, so...
Aero is a 10th up. Labib getting really... Oh, and Aero's invalidated, so that will be it for him. We hop on with Labib. Keeping it really nice. Really nicely indeed as he's coming up to Puon. Does he keep it in 7th gear? He does indeed. Doesn't go flat out and he's invalidated as well, so we go on board with Conda. Going slower than Labib through that turn. Siggy has now retired into the pit, so that will be done for him. Conda coming down to campus. Keeping it really nice, staying away from the curbs. He is a 10th up and he did just get faster sector 2. Come down to the line. And that is pole position from Conda the Fox, and did not realise that was going to happen. A 44-2 just beats Labib by less than 20 milliseconds. But now Christian Cummins is coming down to the line. He was off his time through sector 2. Can he improve sector 3? He does, but it's not going to be enough.
He did go purple in the 3rd sector though, so... the pace might have been there for him.
And this will be it. Conda P1, Labib P2. Christian nearly got P2, but it wasn't enough. As Junior on his reserve P4, Gibbs Adeo P5, P6. Really good qualifying for them. Hopefully they can keep it in the race. But I've just realised that Conda's actually got a 5-place grid penalty, and so does Junior. So Conda will be P5 and Junior will be P9.
Condor has done everything he needed to after getting that penalty though, and that is a solid lap from him to beat out Labib. Really concerning to see that Rigrath is so far off the pace tonight. This is not the kind of performance we expect from him.
Absolutely not, as he's coming back from a back-to-back And is it two? It's back to back wins. So every race this season, Rigrath has finished P2 or higher, so really consistent from him. But will this be the end of his podium streak? We will find out after a break. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the broadcast formation app, which I'm really confused about because Codemasters has actually finished. Oh, they've actually patched the tire temperatures glitch.
They actually only patched that in single player. We have yet to be blessed with a fix for multiplayer.
Well, I can say different, as we will talk about that in a sec, as we have 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We're going to go on board with Aero, and it's lights out and away we go. Gets a really good start, and he's actually going to jump 3 other cars, and there is contact with Aero Conda, and I think that was Christian Cummins, so I don't know what happened there. Looks like Christian got it. Didn't realise Aero was there, but it is what it is. Rigrath is coming from the death, and he's already in P4.
Well, I did say maybe he could make it back up in the race. I didn't think it would be that soon.
As he does get passed by Junior, who is on hard tyres as well, so let's actually look at the tyres.
Gibbs has passed Labib for...
Oh no,
Labib's been passed by both Alpha Tauris.
There's been some contact. There is some mayhem going on right now. On the back, looks like Siggy is going to make the move on Conda. Looks like Clark says wing damage. So yeah, not a good start for those bottom 5 people. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, interesting start from Gibbs starting on the soft tire. Not sure if he was counting on an early safety car, or if he's gonna try and go to the end on hards.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a bold strategy. Maybe I know we Aston Martin crew was definitely looking at the PSGL strategies through last week, or it might have been WOR, and everyone was going soft to hards. So really interesting to see if this works out, but nevertheless, it'll be really interesting to see what strategy comes out first.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the other divisions will probably be watching this race to try and figure out what they ought to do.
Absolutely, as Conda has now came in the pit, so has Christian Cummins, and Aero's just made a move done on Junior. So Rigrath is actually... Oh no, as Junior has gone off through our Rouge. And we gave him the commentator curse. So he is new to the league, and that is what the commentator's curse is like in the ZRL community.
Looks like El Padrone, the Alpine, has picked up a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits.
Yeah, as the Williams and Max Verstappen have had contact with each other, and which means the Williams has gone off. However, there is a slow McLaren. Aero picking up a 3-second time penalty, not a good start for him. But there's actually a slow Williams getting out of the way of the McLaren, so good job for him for not hitting someone in the back. But Aero is now hunting down Labib. Oh no, as Aero has spun. And we did not see that. We did not see something he did not do.
Interesting.
Yes, we did not see that. If Siggy's allowed to get away with it like 600 times in Brazil, Aero can get away with it.
Interesting. Now, we've seen people hit the wall and be fine. I'm not sure if full damage is on.
No, it is reduced. Well, it should be anyway. So yeah, Hockey's Roldy up in P7, really good start, stuff for him. And hopefully we do not give him the commentator's curse coming up through our rouge, we do not.
No, I think our next victim for the commentator's curse is Florida, who's 2.6, 2.7 now seconds behind Hokage. Arrow overtakes him, but this could be one of our many DRS trains here, as they've really been split off from that front group, ending with Hokage.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're close.
Drip in P6 has just gone around and hit Hokage.
Oh, Hokage, yeah, he's gone around as well. And he resets the track, and there's a VSC.
Yeah, that's gonna be Hokage's front wing that's been strewn across Poulon.
I think his wing is actually still intact. Oh no, I retract my statement. Yep.
Yeah,
No
well, we'll see how this affects the field, if people will bunch up more or drift apart.
Absolutely, as Gibbs is now pitted and really pit on the hards. I mean, it really should be.
Yeah, I mean, that's his only option unless he's gonna try and make it a two-stopper, but that is a brutal stint on the hards to go 18 laps.
Absolutely, as the VSE should be ending.
Gibbs is coming out on the medium tire. He's
banking
either
for another safety car.
That or he's insane.
We will soon find out. As we actually do have Rocky Holdy, Clarks not coming into the pits, I mean. So it's Hockey Roldy and Junior coming into the pits. So Junior must have had some damage at least. So let's go back on board with Florida and Aero. Aero gaining on gaining time on Florida. As Siggy and Max Verstappen are carrying on their battle like they were battling through Brazil, not keeping it clean. That is towards Mr. Sigimondo. Ahead of them we have a Buffalo Trace fighting El Padrone. Buffalo Trace has had some better results in D4 than he did last season already. And I think this is the week where we can see him up into the top 7. Hopefully.
Yeah, he just needs to play his cards right here. El Padrone has a 3-second penalty, and DRS is very strong here, so if he can keep it behind and just let El Padrone drag him along and keeping Mac and Siggy behind him, then that'd be smart. He needs to be very calculated as to whether or not he can gap El Padrone here.
Absolutely, as we have Ben going for the move on Labib. Doesn't even need ERS, and he gets a move done. As Labib's got a whole battery to himself. Rigraff trying to close a gap on his teammate, his rival. Kind of sets the fastest lap with a 47.9, really good lap for him. Well, at the moment, but he will need to pit again.
Yeah, and he is an extremely tall order trying to climb up the field, but I think taking that risk is right for him, because at this point he doesn't have much else to lose.
So his Aero is actually closing the gap to Rigraff. Maybe you can try and close the gap before the DRS zone. Whenever, well, Aero's only been here for one race, and that was Siggy around through turn 14. Whenever Aero's actually raced, he's been in the top 5, so hopefully you can keep that streak going, make it 2 out of 2 hopefully, but he is catching up on Rigraph.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing for Rigraph here is even if he does as little as maintain position, he's still going to be in a fine position for his championship. But
Ooh. Yep.
being beat by your teammate never feels nice.
It never does feel like, it's never like that, is it? I mean, last season I got beat by my teammate I got beat by my teammate 7 out of the 8 times from last season, so definitely not good feeling for me. But once again, I converted to a pad to a wheel, and very different experiences, I can say so myself.
Yeah, just very slightly.
It looks like Gibbs might have pushed Florida off the track, but Florida's saying no, and they make contact, and Florida's gone around.
He still has a front wing, not sure if it's intact or not.
So let's go back on the fight for Aero and Rigraph. Aero really needs to make the move done before he pits, because then Rigraph will be on the medium tyres sooner than later.
Yeah, although Arrow might be waiting to make his move till he's on the Kemmel straight to make sure it really sticks through Sector 2, because, of course, once you get to Sector 2, even if you can follow, there's no corners to overtake, so you have to make it happen on those.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, as Christian Cummings has gone around. It's definitely not going to be the day, it's going to be the day to forget for him. As Arrow's on the back, or Rigraph, what? He's training all that ERS. Something he shouldn't be doing, and Rigraph gives a position to him, but Arrow gets a better exit.
As long as Rigraph can keep it in 1 second, he's going to have DRS through the Kemmel straight, which is huge.
Oh, Rigraph's actually lost 1.5 seconds to him.
Oh, wow.
It's a really good stuff there for Aero. Hopefully he can keep this pace up. So we have Drip on the back of Gibbs. Gonna make the move. No, he backed out of it last second. Gibbs having a really good race right now, and so is Adeo. Keeping that P1 spot for now.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to keep eyes on Gibbs and see if his starting on soft strategy is going to pay off.
Absolutely, his Buffalo Trace gets a 3-second time penalty, not something he does not want, as he's having a battle with El Padron still.
Well, all this does is even the playing field, but it does mean Buffalo needs to get track position to move up here.
Absolutely, as Siggy is around once again. Has he got damage? Wonder if he does. No, he does not. It's just an off. Throughout the last 2 seasons, Siggy is known to be one of the worst of drivers. I'm joking, Siggy. We will love you, even though you are one of the worst drivers. But anyway, Conda's on the back of Junior. Not going to make a move through the bus stop chicane. Maybe on the Kemmel straight, if he can keep it in around the 5/10 of the gap.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the way to make him stick here. Condora does need to make this happen fast if he wants any chance of moving up the field.
Yeah, as Buffalo is still on the back of El Padrone.
I mean, these two have been scrapping at it for almost the entire race, I think, so Alpadrone's doing a really good job of keeping Buffalo behind.
Absolutely is.
Condor
Condor
makes the
does
move
make
on
the move.
Junior.
Yeah, easy move
He's
for him. Maybe trying to make the move next onto Siggy. However, Siggy does have a hook cage. Roldy as is that Buffalo Trace around? Oh no, it is.
It is.
And
And
getting out of the way for Williams, but he is ghosted, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's something you do not want to see if you're Alfa Romeo.
no, but this is great news for Alpine. The Alpadrone is now free to just run his race and go as fast as he can without having to defend.
Absolutely is. Ben and Labib are still battling it out for the P2, and they're actually catching up to Adeo.
Yeah, Labib's tires should be coming into the window here where he starts to get the pace advantage over Ben as Drip gets a 3-second time penalty.
So does
And
Christian.
Christian Cummins. Track limits are really catching the drivers out today, and it's understandable. Here at Spa, you kind of end up picking between exceeding some track limits or crashing if you carry a bit too much speed into certain corners.
Yeah, as Siggy makes a move for the hard tyres. And that is another McLaren spinning. And that is Drip once again.
Not what McLaren needs this weekend, but I'm sure Luke Locklear is licking his lips right now for these glorious Alpine points.
There's a big battle going up ahead now as Ben has made it into the DRS of Adeo.
Yeah, this is bad news for Labib, who now loses a lot of advantage he has and just needs to hope that Ben's tires start losing some serious pace.
Yeah, you think that, but Labib will be on the fresher tyres when Ben goes onto the hards. So all Labib has to do is keep the same pace with Adeo and try and get ahead of Ben before the tyres do degrade.
Yeah, and bad news for Rigraff is he's just not able to close that gap to Arrow by the looks of it, as he has Gibbs coming up behind him.
Ooh, as Adeo is weaving in the straight.
Florida, I think, is our first person to come into the pits on a normal strategy, so this could trigger the rest of the field starting to come in for everyone who's stayed out to this point.
Yeah, let's jump on board on Conda making the move to P12 on Buffalo. Really good move there.
These are the kind of moves Condor needs to be making, but the only thing to remember is that he's going to have to box again or he's going to be running serious risk of a puncture.
Let's go back ahead with the top three. Aero actually catching up on those front three as Ben makes his move into the pit. So I wonder if Aero does as well, and Aero does as well. So now it's Labib versus Adeo.
Two hard tire runners, both 10 laps. This is really going to be a showing of who has more pace tonight.
Oh no! And Deo has spun. He spun
That is
through a Rouge, making his
that is
wing decapitate.
it's not how we wanted to see that fight end, but Labib now has clear air to just push his gap and try and overcut the people who pitted behind him.
Now as Aero gets another 3-second time penalty.
Errors just came in the DRS of Ben.
Looks like Ben is struggling on those tyres more than Aero right now.
Yeah, he must not be able to get the heat into those new hards.
Oh, Gibbs is on the back of Regraph. Ooh,
That was a lunge if I've ever seen one.
that is a lunge at the half, something I have never seen in my life. Well, I have seen, but not in the ZRL community. Bringing his CRL blood into this is not allowed.
Yeah, we'll see what the stewards think of that one.
Definitely holding Regraph there. The big getting a 3-second time penalty, not good news for him. But now Aero is going to get the DRS off Ben.
He just does not have the battery to make that move from that gap, though. He's gonna have to try and keep following and charge his battery through Sector 2 and try and have it ready to push up the Kemmel Straight, I think.
Ooh, there is some stream issues, hold on, give me a sec. Go on, you quickly tell us what's happening into the race. I'm trying to sort this out.
Yeah, Gibbs is now 3/10 behind Rigraff coming around the bus stop chicane as Gibbs dives into the pit lane, taking a lot of pressure off Rigraff. Arrow is still 6/10 behind Ben, coming onto the pit straight. We'll have to wait and see if he can make a move up the Kemmel Straight. Other than that, the fight for P10 between Junior and Addo. Addo is 6/10 behind. They're coming up to the bus stop chicane now.
Hoping that, hopefully that makes it better.
We're having a bunch of drivers come into the pit. Condor's come in for his second stop, giving up on the chance of another safety car, as well as Junior, who's
Oh
coming into
no!
his box.
And as soon as I get on, Aero has made a little bit of a spin. So
Yeah, this is great news for Ben. I mean, being lifted from having to defend and push your battery is super important here. And if Arrow has pace, I think that means that Ben just wants to work on saving his tires and battery here to make sure he can fight him once Arrow's back with him, as Clarks gets a 3-second penalty and loses a position to Junior. Looks like that might have actually been a mistake, losing multiple positions. Aaron G is now almost within a second of El Padrone. Is that Rigraff with a penalty? It is, and Labib's lost the position to Rigraff.
But Rigraff gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, it looks like Labib's came into the pits for a new set of mediums. Rigraff staying out and currently in the lead of this race, but don't think after he boxes he will be. Otto sets the fastest lap with a 1:47.1.
I'm in major frame drops right now in the stream, so I'm gonna try and sort that out. There's
Yeah,
something I
down
do need to sort out.
the field coming through a Rouge and Radillon is Al Padrone and Aaron G. Aaron G behind with an 8/10, trying to stick as close as he can through Sector 2 to try and get a move done here at some point. Tires are 1 lap pressure. Looks like El Padrone is doing well with the pressure, but Aaron G is slowly gaining on him. Battle for P7, we have Florida now only 8/10 behind Hokage. As Otto's DNF'd. He's out of this race. And that is the safety car out. I believe it's a full safety car.
It is, so what will happen?
Well, this is perfect for Rigraff, who probably needed to be coming in about now anyway, and now he's just been handed some reduced time on his pit stop. Waiting to see who else is coming into the pits. Looks like Max Verstappen and Hokage are also in the pits. We'll see what tires they're fitting. I don't think they'll be going on the softs, but they're going to have to make the choice if they want to stretch the mediums through the next half of this race, or go on the hards and just try and keep consistency. Hokage's come out on the soft tire, a bold move with 7 laps to go in this race. He'll have to do some serious management to make them last.
Yeah, so let's look at the penalties. Yeah, not looking good for Rigraff, Aero, or B. Maybe Ben's here for a win, but this does help out the people that did have a little bit of an off in lap 1.
Yeah, I mean, bunching the pack back up is really going to give people chances again. Particularly Christian Cummins, who qualified P4, even 2, I think, and was taken out turn 1 and really had his race taken from him. The drivers are going to have to do their best to keep heat in the tires here as they're going up the long back straight and up to Kemmel. Those long straights are not going to do them any favors there, particularly people running the hard tires, as obviously those are particularly hard to keep any temperature in. The big thing after this is gonna be the drivers just keeping it consistent, avoiding any more penalties or DNFs.
Ooh, what is going on there? What just happened there?
Oh, Labib's gone
What is going on?
around. And looks like Padrones made contact with Florida and or was that Hokage? Yeah, that was Hokage, who I guess made contact with Florida? Or Padrone?
What has happened there? I wasn't even looking.
Yeah, something odd has happened here. The stewards are gonna have to look at that after the race and determine whether someone messed up or Cody's has made a messed up game.
I think I've seen this before in a league race, and I think when someone has it off, so yeah, like then, so, look, Christian just got 5 seconds because maybe someone should have had it off, like Khalid, and it straight away gives you a 5 seconds for no reason. So I think it is a bit of a issue as there is a McLaren around right now. I think the field is a bit gone at, but Gibbs is now an AI and Gibbs has left the session. So something that could have been really great points for Alpha Tauri has now gone down in the bin as Christian gets another 5 second penalty. So the stewards have to really talk about this.
Yeah, and the Christian now needs to make sure that he doesn't pick up any more penalties or he runs the risk of getting disqualified from the session. Of course, there's nothing the stewards can really do about that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the people actually in the podium chance right now. We have El Padron, Aaron G in shout for a podium. I'd love to get him in the booth. We have Conda back in the top 10. Oh wait, no, Conda's had an off.
Oh, what a devastation for him. He was doing so well moving back up the field too.
Cold tires, I'm guessing.
He will not be happy about that. We ought to have the safety car come in this lap, assuming nothing else goes wrong. Yeah, what a bizarre safety car period we've had here.
So we have Campbell in the chat right now saying the B12 spin has to be on Ian or Peter. So yeah, maybe. I mean, knowing Ian, he does like to talk a lot while he's not racing, but when he does race, he doesn't like people talking as he wants to keep the focus. So big hypocrite there going.
Cummins just got another 5-second penalty for ignoring yellows. I wonder if he's maybe picking up the Delta glitch and not following it.
That's what I was just going to think. So, and big penalty is going to drop there.
Yeah, but again, he needs to be careful he doesn't get disqualified.
But yeah, even El Padron with 11 seconds of penalties. So Gibbs is now rejoined. There is something going on in the back of a grid. And what is going on
Cars have stopped. Race control, safety car in this lap, but something very bizarre is happening at the back of the field, which is not going to be good for them.
Well, it's all leading up from Buffalo Trace, so all these guys are looking like they're going to be fighting for the last position of top 10. But
Cummins just picked up another 5-second penalty.
Right, so hear me out. Alright. back in season 1 in Mexico. We have Duncan McCann picking up the penalty record with like 28. I'm pretty sure it was. And what, oh my god! What on earth have I just witnessed?
Uh,
This is a shambles. Everyone needs to sort their racecraft out. Especially some of the D3 drivers.
it's like Siggy came into the pit speeding, so he's picked up a 5-second penalty. As we get underway with the safety car restart, Arrows managed to already gain a second lead on Rigraff here.
That will not last for long.
Florida's got to do his best to pick up the pace, as Aaron G is only 2/10 behind him.
I'm just going to look at the back, as there's something going on with these back markers right now. I don't know what, but something is definitely going.
Not sure if it's desync or incidents are happening and it's causing a chain reaction, but something definitely does not seem right.
Oh, and there is a hassle round of Junior.
You hate to see it. He qualified so high tonight as Siggy gets 3-second penalties for track limits.
As Clarks makes a dive bomb on Conda. Clarks is on a madness right now. He's just telling everyone to get out of the way as Collide makes a dive bomb, which really ain't really English. It ain't really allowed in this league, I've heard. Apparently it's now one of the rules where you've got to be in a certain range to dive bomb.
Yeah, I mean,
like, you can't dive bomb from like 2 tenths away.
If it's ticketed, the stewards will have to decide, but it's always hard to say what's a dive bomb in between netcode and maybe things look different in their cams. Is
Alright, so
another safety car.
So this is where Conda, Clarks, McVerstappen, Gibbs, just anyone needs to pit for the softs.
Yeah, everyone in that back half is actually going to benefit here as they're able to come into the pit lane early. Everyone in front is going to have to choose whether they stay out for track position or come into the pits for softs, but this could let everyone at the back of the field make some serious positions here in the closing laps of the race.
Yeah, I'm just thinking now, hopefully we do not get that safety car weird thing going on again, because that was really painful to watch. But yeah, let's see what the chat's saying. So we have Alex in the chat, my boy. He missed out on the season 3, or he missed out being the champion of Division 3. I mean, absolute stinker right there. We have Peter L restart. Yeah, safety car L. Yeah. I want to see racing. I do not want to see racing because, you know, it's D4. Actually, you know what? Big fact. See, Division 4 out of all 4 divisions is the division where I have English. It's a division where they have the less tickets. Oh my god, I can't even speak right now. But they've got
less tickets submitted from D4.
You get me.
I mean,
they've got the lowest tickets in every division.
Yeah, the Sturds really just can't catch a break any weekend, and it's looking like this one is going to be no different. I'm looking here. I think we might get one racing lap if only a certain number of lap cars are allowed to overtake. Arrows decided to stay out here, so is Rigraff. Looks like none of the front runners coming in for new tires.
Yeah,
well,
suggested.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically running the same risk Hamilton did in Abu Dhabi last year of, do you come in and cover off assuming that there's racing laps, or do you maintain and pray that you finish under the safety car?
Florida might be on for a win here. Yes, that could be happening, and that'll be very good for the Mr. Luke Locklear, especially in the combined constructors that are taking their first win of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
something I do not want to see, as Aston Martin are in the title fight with them, and Conda's all the way down in P15. But I've just realised that we have 2 laps left, and the safety car will most likely be coming in this lap, so the people at the back needs to hurry up.
Yeah, our order before the safety car comes in, if it does at all, is Aero P1 from Rigraff, then Florida, Labib, Aaron G, Ben, El Padron, Drip, Christian Cummins, and Buffalo Trace rounds out your top 10. Moving to P11, we have Mac Verstappen, Clarex, Siggy, Gibbs, Condor, Hokage, and Junior in P17, and Kalade and Otto are out of this race. Now, I don't think the safety car is going to be in this lap, as we have a massive bunch of cars still not in the safety car queue. Of course, Junior and Hokage lagging way behind.
So yeah, safety car is in this lap. We have 2 laps of racing left. Be very interesting. Can we see Aero try and gain 3 seconds from Rigraff or 6 seconds from Florida? I can see it happening. I can see Florida not catching up with Aero. I can see Rigraff just having the ultimate pace on Aero.
I mean, anything can happen here. I think the other thing to look out for is from P8 down, excluding Christian Cummins, everyone is on the soft tire. Now, Trips is 5 laps old, but we're going to have to see if people are going to make up some serious positions here as Aero's coming around the bus stop chicane for the safety car restart.
Getting a really good start on
Yeah, it
Rigraff.
looks like he just wanted to get right away with it.
And there is some carnage at the back once again. So I don't know what's going on, but we're going to keep on board with Rigraff.
Yeah, Ferrari strategies really played into their hand here for once, as Labib and Rigraff are on only 6 and 7 lap old mediums compared to the 10 and 11 laps of Aero and Florida.
And so, yeah, so we have Aero going off the track, and there is a trip. Israel, well, it's actually trip now, going off in Eau Rouge. But anyway, we have Aero actually gaining time on Rigraff, so not the start Rigraff wanted, but once again, Florida is on the back of Rigraff, so this is really... there is a huge collision at the back.
Oh, you hate to see.
And I'm going to quickly go on board. Oh my god, what am I looking at?
You know, you really have to feel for the people like Condor and Christian, who got sent to the back at the beginning of the race and have just been stuck in the weeds the whole time, and that's just the struggle of D4, I think.
Absolutely. As Florida is actually losing, and Aero is around.
Aero is around. Rigraff is in the lead. Maybe his win streak won't be ended. We really did not expect this tonight.
I did not expect this. This is what you call the Ferrari. Well, this is the Ferrari strategy. This is the opposite. I mean,
Labib is 1/10 behind Florida. This could be a Ferrari 1-2.
Absolutely, as Labib makes a move on Florida, and he does make the move clean. I don't think Florida expected it, and
I think
Aero gets another 3 second time penalty, so that will make him drop down to like P12 at the end of the race. But for now, we do have the top 3 battling out, as Conda's now back in P8.
Yeah, Florida just needs to keep it clean here, as let's remember that Rigraff and Labib both have 3 second penalties, and Florida's kept it clean, so if he can stay within 3 seconds of Rigraff, this will be his race to win, and the first one for Alpine this season.
Absolutely.
Clark's with a 3 second penalty.
For now, Labib is in first position, because I do need to go back on the penalties. So Labib needs to gain a second from Florida.
Florida
I wonder if this will happen.
Florida's a lot of batteries, so he needs to start thinking about dumping it just to keep that gap.
So yeah, Siggy making a move on Hockage, Roldy.
Arrow's trying his hardest to beat Florida on track here.
And as I think of it, Labib is going to win in the Belgian
Oh,
Grand
he
Prix, as
is.
Florida is not. Wait, no, Florida is around.
Oh
And that
no!
is something you want to see if you are Joel Gilran, or Johannes Ludwig, or Buffalo Trace.
That is so devastating for Florida, though. It was an exceptional race from him. He kept it clean, no penalties, which is proven to be really impressive here. As Labib
Oh
takes the
my.
fastest lap as he wins with a 1:46.6.
That is some intense racing. Drip gets a 5-second time penalty for unserved. Christian gets like 23 seconds of unserved penalties. So yeah,
Looks
that
like
is once again another P1, P2 Ferrari. And
what
what a drive from both Ferraris. It's a shame that we didn't see Rigraf actually making the P1, but his teammate did, and that just makes a title fight even more close.
between the two, yeah, but I think Ferrari is P1 in the constructors pretty down at this point, and in D4, I mean, something devastating would have to happen for them.
Absolutely, as Duncan Mechanic finally comes into the chat saying Mac Verstappen P4, and I didn't even realise he got P4. I thought he said P5, which is, yeah, P4. What a great result. And then we have Aaron G in P5 as well. Condor Fox P6, Aero P7. Could have been big points for Aston Martin today, but just weren't their day. Gibbs catching back in P9, Drip P10. I don't know how he was P10, but he is. Buffalo Trace P11, Clark's P12, El Padrone P13, Siggy P14. Is Florida's gone down to P16 with 20 second of penalties.
That might have to be looked at by the stewards. It looks like there's some kind of crash on the line that happened. So we'll see how things shake up.
I'm just going to go through the race incidents.
What a race. I mean, you have to be excited for the rest of the divisions now.
I'm definitely not, because I am not confident around this track for tomorrow night, Division 3.
Well, as long as you don't pick up 20 seconds of penalties, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Hopefully. So we're going to go back on the standings page. And hopefully we can get those drivers back in. Back in the booth. Especially, I'm sure Labib won't be in, but I'm sure Rigraf will be coming into the waiting room.
Let's see if we can talk to Ben first, if he's around.
Did Ben get a podium?
He did. P3.
Where is Ben? I didn't even know he got a podium. Actually, I must have called his name.
Looks like he's not in here.
He is in the waiting room, so if you want to drag him in.
Of course.
Oh.
Ben, what a great race and a first podium for you, I believe.
Yeah, this is the first podium for me. But yeah, it was it was a hell of a race between me and Labib, and then I, as you probably saw, I ran in the back of him. Just failed to pay attention, was looking behind.
Well, nonetheless, a great result for you, and I think in the end you managed to keep it penalty free, if I'm correct.
Yeah. That was my main focus, because I know how easy it is to get a penalty on this track.
Yeah, I mean, your consistency was really great tonight. Can we expect to see more podiums from you in the future for Haas?
That's what I'm aiming for, so yeah, I'll give it my best to keep competing with these guys on the top.
Absolutely. Good job tonight, Ben. Hopefully we can see you back on the third step, maybe second, maybe first step of a podium.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Alright, so we have P2 Regraph in the call right now. He's now joined the call. Regraph, congratulations with your P2. Really good, phenomenal drive. Do you want to go through your race? I mean, very hectic race at the end of it. So yeah, just go through your experience.
Yeah, it was definitely a hectic race. Um, got, I would say the first safety car was perfect timing for me. I was right at the pit entry for my first stop, so it was really good timing. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was so hectic. I was just trying to manage times and then more safety cars. So then I was trying to manage tires, but have them warming up for the restarts, and it was just insane.
What are your expectations for the race after your relatively poor qualifying, given how you've been dominating this season?
Yeah. I was definitely excited to try to see how strategy played out to see where I'd end up. And I figured there would be safety cars. I figured that was just luck, unluck. I could just do the best I could, but I wasn't expecting all that chaos. So I'm definitely happy with how it played out.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
think you really proved how you're able to capitalize on any mistakes people are making. I think that's what's been allowing you to dominate so well.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I keep telling my teammate too. Just minimize mistakes, and it'll get you a long ways.
But nevertheless,
Great result.
yeah, great result, McGrath. But we actually have your team principal, Peter Giordano. Obviously, we had a Labib win once again, second race win of the season. But you must be ecstatic having another P1, P2 result and having another fastest lap. What you got to say?
Yeah, of course. Um, the Towards the end of the race, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, especially with the penalties. But then Arrow spun it, and then Florida spun. I'm guessing he spun. Maybe he had some sort of incident with someone else, and we were able to pull out the gap to Ben, barely, just by like a 10. So, like, what turned into a little bit of doubt about the result today just was, yeah, pure joy and excitement. Ferrari and D-Force, those showing that they're pretty much invincible. Yeah, overall, great day.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
can you tell us anything about our race winner, Labib's race? Any standouts?
Yeah, Labib was very excited at the end when he was just able to pull out the gap, and I mean, obviously, I guess a standout point would be when he got hit under the safety car by, I think it was Ben. Um, I don't know,
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I think it was Ben who hit him under the safety car. So that was a bit scary, him dropping down to P6. But yeah, he worked his way up through the field really well towards the end with what, maybe 2 or 3 racing laps. So really impressive on his side.
Yeah, a great result for Ferrari tonight.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, so yeah, really good job with Ferrari, but can you keep it up for the rest of the season?
Of course. Yeah, we've been doing pretty good the first half of the season. This is officially marked the halfway point, this race,
Oh, it
and I
is.
think it's been pretty good. So I'm looking forward for more. I think actually right now we have
Every
more
single win.
points as a constructor. No, not every win. We have every win but one. But we have more
Australia
points as a
looks like.
constructor. Yeah.
Yeah, on the
Our con-
constructors, you are dominating
Right.
them.
On the combined constructors, we have more points now than we did, I think, the whole of last season, like at the end. So
Yeah.
we've definitely grown a lot as a team, and I'm really excited for the second half of the season. Some our guys that were struggling a little earlier on, like me in particular, and D3 guys were kind of struggling. We're all starting to get the hang of things again, and show our true pace. So yeah, I think if anything, the second half will be better than the first.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, congratulations. Hopefully we can not see the P1, P2 keep growing on the Ferraris, but yeah, congratulations, and hopefully you can beat those Red Bull scum.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, seemed like a dream earlier this season. I didn't think we'd be anywhere near the fight with them, but yeah, here we are. Hopefully, we can get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So yeah, so that is it.
What a race.
What a race. I don't really know what to say after that. But I do know what to say right now, that I am going to bed after this. Absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Sorry about the I think it was like some encoder issue I was having. I will try and get that fixed for next week if I even it and broadcasting. But yeah, this is your boy Freddie Rizal and Seb. Seb, you got
Number one
anything else to
American
say?
commentator.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, tune in for Division X tomorrow morning, and then
well, we don't
Division
start
3 and
with
2
Division
tomorrow
X.
night. What was that?
We don't really look forward for Div X because
Oh, my fault, my fault.
we always start with D3. See, it's a main divisions because it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we do have Div X on a 5 p.m. BST, 12 p.m. EST, wherever you are from. Yeah, so that'll be quite exciting to watch on Twitch. We do now have a Zoom Racing League Twitch, so you can go watch and follow. But yeah, then we have D3 and D2 tomorrow. 8 p.m. EST for D3 and 10 p.m. EST for D2. So yeah, that'll be really exciting to watch. And then after that, we actually have a Sunday night Division 1. So yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to watch that, because I definitely won't be for D1. But yeah, this is your boy Freddie Rizal, and we are out.